this today. We'll be gentle on you today. Yeah, we'll be super gentle on you today. All right. Should almost grab some rollers and start with some rolling to be that gentle. I have a band, I have light weights, and I have a heavier set of weights. Obviously, all are always optional. Also, I'm just gonna forewarn, I had a cold last week and talking a lot. If I cough, it's just because my throat is getting like really dry while I'm talking. I'm not really sick anymore. I'm just like, it gets dry and then. I like, it's not that, it's just, I was gonna have like a meeting yesterday. I'm like, I cannot talk for an hour. Like, I'm gonna end up like coughing half the time. I know. I know. So I moved it. I'm like, let's try again next week. All right, we will start down on our mat. Look at it, it's our Chicago Marathon. We'll be kind to her today. She might be sore. All right, let's start down on our mat. We'll just start with some core activation while Juliana gets set up. Taking a nice big inhale. Exhale, blow all that air out. Feel our rib cage go down. Feel our core activate. As we kind of pull in right there by the belly button. All the good feels in the core. And then just slowly start picking up a foot, one foot at a time. Keeping that activation in our core. We'll go for a little bit right here. If at any point you feel like you lose that core activation, go ahead, put both feet on the ground, do that big exhale to kind of reset, find that core again. Not an exercise for your hip flexors. It's all about keeping that core engaged, bringing it to life before we do our other exercises. Also for our daily lives, sitting in our chairs, running, walking, picking up kids, grandkids, dog, whatever, cat. I think my cat weighs as much as my child, so you know, all the things. Right, if your stability allows you to go there, we're gonna go to both feet, tapping them up and down. If you're not feeling it today, keep going with that single leg. You need to be able to keep everything nice and stable in that pelvis and in that low back. Remember to breathe, your core is still active as you continue to breathe. We lost some of the guys very clean today, apparently. I know. They don't care. They go all year round. All right, from a double leg, let's extend those legs out long. Option here to pick up those shoulder blades off the ground if you can, and alternate side to side, dropping the leg down toward the ground, nice and slow and controlled. No set pace that you have to go here. Just feeling that core. Really picking up those shoulder blades, add the level of difficulty to this. And then depends on how long your legs are or how long you want your levers to be. The straighter that leg goes, the harder it gets to add like a little soft bend in your knee or like a 90-degree bend. You kind of choose what's feeling good for you for today. Yourself up to a seated position. You can face whatever direction you want. I'm just going to face this direction so that when I record, they can see what I'm doing. We're going to do a little bit of like hip mobility right here. So we're just going to start right here. Level 1, switching side. So you can keep your feet down. You can maybe pick your feet up if you need to in between. Kind of play with it a little bit of like where you need to go. Joanna's like, oh my gosh, I just ran a marathon, guys.
I feel way better today than yesterday.
Okay.
It's always that 2-day delay, you know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, today's day 3, so feeling much better.
Much better. Okay. We'll work out some of your stiffness, like so too much.
Don't be lost yet. So,
Oh, okay.
Position.
This is tricky there. I know. So the goal of this is mobile hips. So you're kind of stretching, but you're also adding a level of difficulty because you need to move your hips in real life. Very rarely do we have to do anything not moving our hips. Like they're kind of part of our, how we move. Okay, level 2. When you find yourself to one side, see if you can take your back side up off the ground just a smidgy. And then switch. Oh, can you go the other way and pick your back side up? It is way. Oh yes, 100%. You will find one side is way harder than the other. Fine, you may have to adjust your leg and knee position to kind of find it and or maybe use a hand to do it. Our goal would be to do it without the hands, but you might have to use a hand.
I can barely stay on the mat.
Okay, level 3. Level 3 is totally optional. You do not have to go here. No hands or one hand, but what to become all the way up to the knees. So extend right here where you're squeezing your backside and you've got length here in your hips, and then set it back all the way down and switch sides.
Ooh, it's
All sorts of movement in those hips. Going at your pace, there's no like right or wrong pace to go here. It's just to kind of like focus on bringing that movement in there.
This one would have been fun, this is the ice cream.
No, oh yeah, 100%. They would have been like falling on the ground. So the squeeze of the butt at the top really kind of gives you a nice stretch in the groin and the hip flexors, just like naturally. You don't have to like do a lot to get there. All right, let's find ourselves down on our mat. Let's do a little more core activation. We're going to go on to all fours. As you breathe in, activating that core, keeping those shoulder blades down and kind of back. You're going to pick up those knees off the ground and hold it there. And rest. And on a big inhale, bring up those knees, hold it there. Rest. One more time on that big exhale, bring it up. Very nice. Stay there on all fours. I'm going to grab my light weight, kind of bring them to either side here so I can have them handy. Using the mirror to check your posture. The mirror actually does come in handy for some things, you know, even though you don't like to look at it. Watch that leg as you extend it out long and lift that lever up. You're only going to go as high as what you can stay in control without seeing movement in your lower back. So this might all of a sudden like limit your movement because you're like, oh, well, I can go higher if I do this. Well, no, coming back. That's really not coming out of your hip then and using your butt. And switch sides. Use that core to help keep your back out of it. Ooh, oh my gosh, my butt is so sore. I did this to myself. I have no one else to blame but myself. And the weights over there. I'll blame them. How about? Here. Check that posture. I know that if like I don't look in the mirror, I am a cheater. All of a sudden my leg starts going way higher than what it should. All right, coming back down onto all fours, grabbing a light weight. Now, if you want to be even, you can kind of put one under both hands. We'll start with one side. We'll get a little, little tricep action right here. We're going to do 20. Here's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch sides. Here is 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Now I'm just going to kind of keep my weight handy here so that I can use them if I want to. I'm going to take one leg, bring it out long. I'm going to bring it up only as high as what it can go, but I'm going to go out and then I'm going to go across. So I'm kind of waking up some of those sides of the hip muscle right here. And 20. Switch sides. Again, only going up as high as what you can stay in control. Out and over. Seventeen, 18, 19, and 20. Very nice. Going back to those triceps for 20. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Switch sides for 20. Six, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. All right. Now on this last set, we're going to combine opposite, well, kind of combine. Not totally. We still can't skip our triceps, but we're going to do an arm and a leg together with or without the weight. We're going to alternate sides so that we're going to try to tip ourselves over, but our core is going to hold us stable so that we don't tip out. We don't want to tip over. So 20 total, alternating side to side, nice and slow. If the weight in one hand is too much, just go ahead and leave it behind. here it is. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Now we don't want to leave those triceps out. So one more time, triceps for 20. Nine, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Switch sides. Goes 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Go ahead, set those weights in front or to the side, knees together, arms apart. Sit back into a nice child pose, resting your forehead against the mat, relaxing your neck, pressing those hands down to the mat, feeling some openness in your back. All right, for our last little round of exercises, what we're going to do is we are going to work on our balance and other things.
Are you telling me I'm balanced?
I am certainly not. So I have a band. Well, our balance and our hinging, because our hinging is always so important. We like to definitely like curve our back in our everyday life rather than actually like keeping our back, nice and flat as we pick things up off the ground, or at least I do. I'm definitely guilty of this. So I have a heavier set of weight and I have the band. I'm going to put the band around the bottom of my feet. Now what the band does is it adds a fun little bit of tension here at a different spot than what weights does. So grabbing fairly low on your band, but using the mirror to check your posture. You want those hips, the butt to go back. Soft bend in your knee, hinging at the hips. Now pull up to standing, and then that band is going to try to pull you down. So you have to lower down, very controlled, using your core so that you don't end up letting it like round your back. And then when you stand up, look at yourself in the mirror. Just stand straight up. Don't get so excited with pulling up that you like lean backwards. We don't want that. We want everything to be in control the whole entire time. So if you go back too far, now we lose our core engagement. We don't want to do that. You should feel this in the back side of your legs and your hamstrings, right below your back side there. Your core definitely. I think everybody here is actually very good hingers. It's those boys that aren't very good hingers. And one more good one with whatever number you were on, because I kind of lost count to be 100% honest.
And I wasn't keeping you on.
I know you weren't. I am going to grab my weights. We're gonna do this.
I know it, but
I
I was
know.
telling you before, and she was spot on, so I didn't audibly.
I know.
And then she.
I was really like checking my posture in the mirror, you know. No. One weight, two weights, no weights. Okay, you're gonna have a lot of options here, okay? Two weights really does kind of help you keep you balanced. But, get it. Planting 1 foot on the ground, lightly planting 1 foot behind you, hinging forward. Oh, there is a lot of booty here. Okay. Now, if you can hold your balance, and I think I have to be off the mat to do this. If you can hold your balance, let that foot come up with you. If not, that's totally okay. Just lightly keep that toe on the ground. And you might have to go really slow to keep your balance. Woo, you're gonna get a if you're all doing the same leg as me, we're all getting a lot of left side right now. And we might have a shaky leg because we're working on our balance. All right, let's switch sides. All right, now you might find, oh, this side sounds feelings does the other or whatever. Be kind to yourself. One side you might be able to pick up that opposite leg and the other side you can't. It's totally fine. I should go. I mean, let's. Six. Seven. 8. 9. And 10. Now, single leg exercises are really great because when we walk or when we run, we don't actually do it with both feet on the ground. We actually only step one foot on the ground. So it's really good to incorporate some of those one-sided exercises. All right, we're going to do 10 of these nice and slow and controlled with as much band leverage as what you want for today. Using the mirror to check our posture, really feeling that pull as we come up to standing straight. So number 9, almost there. And number 10, very nice. Carefully letting that band go, grabbing the weights of your choosing. 1, 2, none, whatever you want to do. Okay, this time, I like to play with it a little bit with that one-legged thing. You are going to step to the side and then bring it back up and see if you can balance for a second on one foot. Hard. You're gonna get those boots, the butt and the core. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switch sides. 1. 3. 6, 7, 8, I must have gone. 9, and 10. Very nice. One more time. We're going to grab our band, practice our hinging. And nice and control. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Very nice. We can leave that band behind there on the ground, grabbing the weights of your choice. One more time. This time we're going back to the original. We're going back to the one that's a little more challenging for our balance. One leg at a time, toe lightly tapped behind us, lifting it up if we can, 10 on each side. Six. Yep. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Very nice. So which sides? Woo. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. All right, one gentle little stretch here at the end for our glutes because we're kind of running out of time. I've carried away with all my balancing. All right, bringing it to the end of our mat, reaching up high towards the ceiling and rolling it down towards the ground, starting out with a flat back. So you might only be able to reach to your knees or your shins, somewhere in that range. Oh, feeling a nice gentle stretch to the back side of your leg. Let it go, let yourself roll it down closer to the ground. Breathing into that stretch. You're going to take your hands, you're going to walk them out in front of you. I won't leave you here in a plank for long. It's just so that you can bring one knee forward into pigeon. Starting off from your hands, elbows are flat out on the ground. Be gentle. You kind of just did you know, a lot of glute exercises. So if it takes a second to kind of ease into that stretch, that's totally fine. So breathe into it, kind of let that muscle relax, let yourself relax. I love pigeon, just like staying here for so long. It's so good. Little mat here. Slowly bringing yourself up to your hands, up to a plank, just so that you can switch sides. Again, being gentle with the side, starting on your hands if you need to, working yourself down to your elbows. Wherever the flexibility on the side is going to let you go today. And breathing into it, easing into that stretch. Oh, very nice. As always, please feel free to continue to stretch and strengthen or go do cardio or go outside, although I don't know if it's raining, but whatever you need to do for today, we used up our half an hour.
And then the last, that's anything.
Is it?
Follow the rest.